Hello everyone, myself Sivakrishna. In this video, I am going to explain Generate DataTable from text activity and Output DataTable as text activity in UiPath Studio. So let's get started. Output DataTable as text activity is used to convert the data table into text format. This activity separates each column with comma and each row with new line. I have created one data table containing name, salary and address. So let's see how we can convert this data table into the text format using the output data table as text activity. So let's click on OK. So I am taking output data table as text activity. So here we need to provide the data table variable name. So the output will coming in the string format. So I am going to create a variable str_dt text. So I am taking one log message to display the output in the output panel. So let's run the process and verify the output. So this is the text after converting the data table into the text, right? So let's continue. So if you observe the output panel, so each column is separated with comma and each row is separated with new line, right? Generate data table from text activity is used to convert the text into the data table. So let me take generate data table from text activity. So for this activity, the input will be the string and output would be the data table. So let's click on options. So let me add sample text here. So here we have a few options are available. Table options, auto detect column types, use first row as column headers, ignore first column. So as per our input data, we can choose these table options. We have few data formatting options are available. CSV comma separated value. So if you are reading the CSV file, so basically in CSV file each value is separated with one separator. So as per the CSV file, so we can select the separator, then we can convert the data into the data table. The other option is custom. So here we need to choose the column separator and the row separator, and we have a fixed width column. So based on the column length, we can convert the data into the data table. So in this case, I am selecting the table option as use first row as column headers, and then data formatting options I am selecting custom. So the column separator would be the comma and the row separator would be new line, right? So let's click on preview. Now the data is coming in the tabular format, right? So let's click on OK. So here the input text would be str_dt text, and for the output I am going to create a separate data table dt output. So let's save and run the process and verify the output. So in the watch panel, let me add dt output variable as well. For dt output variable also, we have 3 columns and the same data is reflecting, right? Let's take a real-time scenario. We have a dispatcher and performer. In the dispatcher, basically we are converting the data table into the text and we are giving the text to the performer. In the performer, we are converting the text back to the data table and then we are continuing the further activities. In this scenario, so before converting this data table into the text in the dispatcher, we should take care few things before converting. So as output data table as a text activity separates the column with comma and rows with new line, right? So we should make sure these two separators should not present in the columns data. So if we have these separators in the column data, at the time of converting the data table to text, we will not have any issues. But at the time of converting the text to data table, the format will not coming in the expected format. So let me show you one example here. So in the first column, I am going to add one comma and then I am going to add TG. Let's click on OK. Let's save and run the process. So in the data table, basically we have 3 columns, right? So if you check the DT output variable, so we have 4 columns are available, right? So that is because of this extra comma. To resolve this issue, so before converting this data table into the text, we should replace this comma or new line with a different separator. Then we should convert the data table into the text. So let's see how we can do that. So I am taking the for each row in data table activity. So here I am going to pass input data table dt. To replace the separator, I am going to take one assign activity. So here current row of address. So actually in the address we have a separator, comma separator, right? So here I am going to replace comma with pipe. So what will happen? So it will replace the comma with pipe in the address if address has comma, right? So let me click on save and run, and let's verify the output. So this is the input data table. So the address replace the comma with pipe, right? And this is the output data table. So we have only 3 columns and the data is coming in the proper format, right? This way we can work with generate data table from text activity and output data table as text activity in UiPath Studio. Hope this video is helpful. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day.